Look at this.
I mean, look at the stadium. This is...
Isn't that great?
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So the only question I have for you is, what's next?
Well, after we get in the FCS playoffs, and, which I think will come very soon, you see that end zone?
Yep.
Yeah, those are temporary bleachers. That's not permanent, right? If something's temporary, what does that mean?
That means it can be...
You're gonna replace it with something building.
Yeah.
Think about this stadium 5, 6 years, 10 years from now. You're gonna have more luxury boxes, more load seats, a lot more seats there. And this is gonna be
like a horseshoe.
That's right. This is gonna be a showcase, and it is a showcase right now. We have everybody coming in from around the country to see it. You know, the guy who does that extra points newsletter.
Yeah.
He was down at the first game.
That's right.
Yeah. So from Chicago, and so this is going to be an absolute showcase.
Well,
Dr. Bailey, that's amazing. And I think what's next also is College Game Day.
Yep.
Hey,
With
College
Saddle Up
Game-
Podcast, baby.
Yes, there it goes.
There you
we
go.
got College Game Day here.
Maybe we can get them to let you pick.
All right.
1, 2. All right, let's roll.
Welcome. You're listening to the Saddle Up Podcast.
Where we discuss everything related to UTRGV athletics, past or present. We'll catch up with old teammates, friends, and take you down memory lane.
With exclusive interviews.
This is the Saddle Up Podcast, the voice of your covered walkway streets.
So dope.
This is gonna be awesome.
Stay tuned for new episodes every week.
From Bronx Village to the field house, we'll cover it all.
Hell yeah, dude. Carpe diem.
So saddle up and let's go.
Let's go. Saddle up, partner.
Hey guys, welcome to another awesome episode of Saddle Up Podcast. I cannot begin to thank Dr. Bailey and Val for giving us this opportunity. I know this is kind of your brainchild of having it here in the suite.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I got my main co-host, my main man, G. Garza, Uncle Chico.
Man, thank you for inviting me to the show today. I'm really excited to be here. Again, I think this is going to be one of the greatest shows that we have.
I believe so too. I believe so. Without further ado, we have Dr. Guy Bailey and his beautiful wife, Val Lamantia. And welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Your
We're
second
delighted to
time
be
being here.
So
That's
you're
right.
you're a vet.
You're a vet.
Right.
But I'm
Yeah.
a virgin.
She's the rookie.
I'm the rookie.
The rookie. That's
So
right,
if you
that's
recall
right.
last time, and you can go back, you were talking about that the first time you came on the show, you asked Val for recommendations on what do you wear on a podcast. I think you're killing it right now. So this is you're ready for the game today?
Yes, I had to wear this. I wore this to the first game, and we won big. So I've worn it to every other. You know how that works. You can't change your outfit.
But he's washed it.
I did watch it. That's true.
Yeah.
But you can't. I explained to her that guys cannot change. You got to wear what you wore, or the winning streak ends.
I've been wearing
That's
this
right.
for 6 weeks
There you
straight.
go.
So yeah, I get
Nice. I was wondering where that smell was coming from.
Let's not. I don't want to talk. Dr. Bailey's fit is nice, but Val's pants.
Oh
They
yeah.
sparkle, right? Sorry about that. I didn't realize I was going to be on the show.
It is awesome. It is great.
That's right. To give a
Thank
little
you.
twinkle. on the
Superstitious as
bike.
well, or
Oh, God, no.
no?
it. She just looks good.
I wear
Yeah,
different things
just
all the
for
time.
the looks. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the women
You know how
do,
women are.
but all the men who come in this box will wear the same thing every time. That's
There
right,
you
that's
go.
right, yeah.
There you
No,
go.
we need to.
So I want to kind of ask you a question. Was there a moment, like a pivot moment, we call it a pivot moment, where something happened to you or for you that kind of defined who you are now? Like, how did we get here? I mean,
Are you asking my whole life, or?
whatever that pivot moment is, whether it be, let's just start with being the president of UTRGV. Like, what was that one pivot
But
moment?
this has to be PG.
Oh, that's right. We knew, Val, you were going to be very valuable to this show.
I will say, the pivot, probably the most important moment for my whole life in the Valley came on our first date.
Oh,
when
man.
I thought, yeah, it's true. I thought, you know, in fact, I was thinking about I'm buy a condo in Austin, and then if I retire, and I didn't buy that condo. After that first date, I thought, no, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah,
I'm gonna,
you
and
stayed.
so, and I realized as we started dating, and really, I realized this relationship had really, we could put down some really deep roots together. That the Valley was going to be my home, and that I needed to devote my whole life to this institution, and this institution was going to be a driving force in the Rio Grande Valley. If you look, Texas Tech is playing Brigham Young today, right? And so if you took Texas Tech out of Lubbock, it would be Plainview. That's the difference. I mean, it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And so UTRGV can do for the Valley the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I've got the best partner in the world to do that. She understands the Valley. I mean, she sells beer all over the Valley, right? And if you sell beer everywhere, you know it well. And so she grew up here. She has some very deep roots here. And so I thought, together we're going to do some good things.
Well, stay tuned. After the show, we're shotgunning beers after this.
There you go.
All on Val. All right. Saddle up, Val.
It's a contest.
it's
No,
gotta-
you saddle up.
It's got to be Bud Light when we're shotgunning some Bud Light, right?
Dr. Bailey, thank you for sharing that with us. That's a heartfelt message to everybody that when a woman speaks, the man should what?
You listen.
You listen.
He
That's
always
right.
gets a lot of good points for this.
And it's being recorded now, so
It's on
it's
record.
forever on
Can't
YouTube.
take it back.
Yeah, it's
It's
forever on
record.
YouTube.
And
Yeah.
my wife is here, so she's listening to that too.
There you go.
I'm sure you feel the same way.
That's right. And so Val, from your perspective, and we heard Dr. Bailey's perspective, but how proud of you are you to see this entire situation from Dr. Bailey becoming president to our current state here with football, with all of the athletics going where
see
they're
him behind
at.
the curtain.
You see Dr. Bailey behind the curtains. How proud are you to stand with him, beside him, through this journey?
Yeah, I couldn't be prouder. I'm very proud of what he's done. It could only be with him. He's the only one that really, seriously, he's the only one that could have done this because he has not only the expertise, he has the vision, and he sees it on a 10,000-foot level, and that's very difficult to do, right? And he has no agenda. He just wants to go in, he wants to make it the best he can make it. And when you look out at the crowd, you see people from all over the different counties, and they all come together, and they're all excited. The band, they'd have to go somewhere else if we didn't have a band here. The football team, we've been talking about this since before he got here, we've been talking about a football team. In fact, that's one of the questions we asked him is, what about football, right? And so I think I couldn't be prouder. He's the right person at the right time, and not just because I'm married, because I know that he puts everything into it, and he's smart, and sometimes he's a little too slow, but that's because he knows how to do it the right way, right?
Yeah, you're talking about too slow to get ready in the morning.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's the government and the business. Like I see the business side, and we just go for it.
Yeah.
And the government,
There's a
what he's
bureaucracy
doing.
to it,
There's a
yeah.
bureaucracy to doing,
Yeah.
and that's sometimes hard for people who are in business to see that part of it because it all has to come together and the layers has to be there. And then you have politics on top of that. Everybody's a mayor. Everybody's got a small town. So
We'll have
he's-
politicians in here tonight. So.
Yeah, but he's been real good about being able to spread it around so everybody feels like they participated. And some may, like kids may feel not so much love one time or the other, but he does a really good job he really does try to think and spread it through all the counties, which is very unique.
I'm glad you brought that up about spreading the love, because one of the questions I have for you is, there's been decades of alums, right? Like from the 60s, 70s, 80s, G and I were in the 90s, multiple sports,
And the
men
main
and
reason,
women's sports.
main reason why we started this.
Yeah, the main
podcast.
reason why we started the podcast, right? And then there was the rebrand in 2014, 2015-ish, right? What do you say, because a great deal of our audience are alums, right? Because they want to feel that reconnection to the university. You have the opportunity now to speak to the alums directly. What is your message to them about welcoming them back, like Val said?
Absolutely. Here's the thing. Let me a little anecdote here. I was on my first academic job was at Emory University, and so I was on a plane. And of course, Emory is a pretty prestigious school, and it was when I was there. Not so much a long time ago. And so, an older guy was on the plane next to me, and he asked me what I did, and I told him, and he said, "Well, I graduated from Emory." He said, "But it was before it was Emory." Now, his meaning is that the increase in prestige at Emory had really boosted the value of his degree. Everything that we do at UTRGV, if we're successful, when we add professional schools, medical schools, school of podiatric
Law schools,
medicine, optometry, all of these things. When we add football, we get national attention.
Agreed.
That enhances the value of your degree. You really were the foundation on which this was built.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Matt and I.
That's exactly
Matt
right.
and I,
You're
yeah.
the-
On your shoulders.
I'm gonna need your vote in the Hall of Fame, Dr. Bailey. Yeah, but okay.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, we didn't start from nothing.
Right.
It's really hard when you start from absolutely nothing, but we started from something.
Right.
Now, it was a rebranding. And we had to do that in many ways. What we tried to do in the rebranding, I talked to a guy at the Washington Post about this. It was very careful. You had a Bronc. We couldn't really use that and bring in people from Cameron County. But we could use a Vaccaro. They ride Broncs, don't they? I mean, that means you can just leave the Bronc right in front of the university there.
That's right.
It means you don't have to really change anything in Cameron. It really, the other thing I pointed out is this is where the cowboy culture began. So it gets you to the roots of the entire valley.
That's right.
This is also big Dallas Cowboys country. It
definitely is,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, all over the valley.
You're
If the
breaking my heart.
If the Cowboys wins, if the Cowboys go to the playoffs, they sell more beer. It's true. I mean, if they get the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, they really make a lot of
Let's
money
go,
over
Val.
here.
What can we do, Val,
What can
as
we
a
do
business
to help you?
to help the
Drink more Bud
Cowboys?
Light.
And so if you use Vaccaros, not only do you go to the roots of the area, but you capture that kind of cowboy relationship without any license fee to the Cowboys. So,
yeah.
And so if you look at what we tried to carefully consider the roots of where we came from and what we did. Sometimes it's not very obvious, but when you think back through, if you could put a little distance and you step back and say, why did they do this and why did they do that? You'll almost always see that, we were looking back at the foundation on which the institution was built. And so, and as Val said, what we've had to do is try to build on that foundation, but be inclusive across the valley. And so, we've done a lot of things in Edinburgh and a lot of things in Brownsville.
I think it speaks to what her compliment to you was. You see it at a 10,000 foot kind of overview. So you're seeing from the clouds like what you want, the vision you want to have, and everybody else is kind of the pieces that are falling in place. Football, basketball, things like that. So
Here's the way I have to look at things. Okay, what's this going to look like 10 years from now? And so in 2014, when we were planning UTRGV, I was thinking 2025.
did you know you were going to be sitting here with the #1 rated podcast in Olmito?
I did not know that. I did not know that.
No.
But I did have a pretty good feeling that we'd be sitting here with a football team.
Right.
And most of the other things that have happened in the institution, and I think if you talk to Dr. Jana Arney, who was here at the beginning, she'll say, that's what we had really thought we wanted to do. And it's not easy to make happen. You're going to always have bumps in the road. There are obstacles you always run up against. But so the best way to look at it is, what's it going to be 10 years from now? Because that's what I have to do. I have to build an institution that's going to be thriving and vibrant and healthy.
Has it exceeded your expectations thus far for season 1?
Yes, exceeded everybody's.
I'm curious. I mean, yes,
yes,
for everybody,
oh,
but I'm
sure.
It
just
has, yeah.
you're the man
Absolutely.
behind. You're the man behind it. So
I
I'm
was
just
hoping-
curious
I
if you're
thought-
satisfied or.
I thought, if we can win all our non-Division I games and win a Division I game or two, we'd be in great shape.
a win.
Who knew that we would look like we've have the team, have the fan support? We thought, we want to get good fan. Who knew we'd sell out this quick? Who knew these boxes would sell out?
They were waiting for it.
Yeah, they were so hungry and so ready. And Val had told me that. She always has a good finger on the pulse and what's happening.
Well, you grew up here, right? You grew up in the Valley?
I grew up after, I was in Creed Springs for a while, but then we moved here and
I think
lived
junior
here more or less.
high on
high.
up, yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got a good grip of the Valley's culture.
Yeah, I
Great
would say
grip.
so. Yeah.
What is that? What do you think this all means to the community?
They love it. They absolutely embrace it. They love it. I mean, I think this is something. The other thing is there's nothing else around like this.
Right.
South of San Antonio, This is the only thing that's really that big. And
right.
other sports teams have tried to come in and do different things,
Mm-hmm.
but this is the Valley's team. And you can feel it, you can see it, you can taste it. It's very exciting.
That's right.
And the way you make it the Valley's team, first of all, you have spirit and band. But people always think about the football team. That's very important. And we did our coach did some smart things. He got some of the best players in the Valley, and they're out there playing. And you start
making an
some of them
impact.
So
starting
they can
playing a lot.
There's
That's
a
right.
relationship.
That's right. That's
They
right.
can identify with, hey, this number 33 played at Los
That's right.
Fresnos
Well, they
High
also,
School.
some of the coaches are from that
Exactly.
played. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
That's
so,
right.
I think building that relationship, having the spirit, having the band, all of that.
I'm glad you brought that
absolutely
up because
crucial.
I want to know about your arm during halftime when you're throwing these T-shirts.
Well, where'd you
out.
learn? First of all, where'd you get that arm from?
Hey,
I mean,
it's
is it-
not
did
very
start
good
from a
anymore.
young-
It used
yeah.
to be better. I
Talk to us
played
how you-
baseball growing up.
There you go.
And so I had rotator cuff surgery about 18 months ago. And so I told the doctor when I had it, I said, look, this has to be ready for me to throw T-shirts in a year, in 15 months. He said, well, you might not throw them very well, but you can throw them.
So 15 months ago, you were already thinking about at
Yeah.
halftime. You want
wanna
to go out
throw-
there
That's
and throw
exactly
T-shirts.
right. The T-shirt thing it's an interesting thing. I started this at Texas Tech in 2008, and what I was trying to do then, which worked for a while but clearly didn't in the long term, was to get the students to quit throwing the tortillas. out on the
tortillas?
field. Yeah, the tortilla toss. And so I went around throwing T-shirts, right? I mean, if they're catching, they can't be
can't
throwing.
throw it,
That's
yeah.
right. And so
That's that vision. That's that $10 vision.
it was so successful. I thought we're going to do this here. People loved it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a T-shirt, an inexpensive T-shirt.
I think it speaks volumes though, because now the kids, the students see their president out there doing the T-shirt toss, and
You're building tradition.
And the university, from my understanding, pays for all those shirts
That's
that
right.
y'all are
That's
throwing
right.
out, right?
That's exactly
so
right.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, we
That's-
have some discretionary funds that we use to pay for that. It's interesting when I told her, I said, you and I are going to throw T-shirts. She said, I'm getting a T-shirt gun. I'm shooting
And do you shoot the guns out
Do you
there?
shoot
with
the
your
gun?
gun?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God!
Yeah.
You know what? That's great.
We got to get footage of that,
Absolutely.
guys. Yeah, we got to
Yeah,
get footage
she
of that.
shoots the gun. I like to throw, and she likes to shoot.
So I'm glad you brought this up because I'm gonna ask if we can join you this halftime.
You
to
can.
do it.
You'll have to. We'll have our 2 grandkids.
Okay.
And so we always carry a grandkid or
Please
somebody.
don't
Okay,
push
so
one
hold
of the
on. I
grandkids
want-
aside for
I-
you to get a
I
chance
want-
to throw
I
a
want.
T-shirt.
This is great because there's an ongoing story about Uncle Gico. He played. He was supposedly a really good
I've been
quarterback.
trying to get on the team, Dr. Bailey. We've been
you
trying
have
to find
eligibility
loopholes.
left?
Yeah. And Dr.
Probably not, but
Dr.
we're gonna-
Maggie. Dr. Maggie looked into a
loophole.
A loophole.
Doing a
where
doctorate.
He might get a doctorate and could walk onto the team.
What do you
That's
think,
right.
Dr. Bailey? Do I get your
Well,
signature?
we'll
We're gonna
see when
see.
you
We're
start
gonna
throwing
scout him
T-shirts.
today. Right?
You're gonna recruit.
That's right.
Kind of
When you throw the
me a little
T-shirts,
bit.
we'll have a good idea.
Hey, he's gonna call it. Hey, Coach Bush. Just
So-
stay away from G.
So speaking of Coach Bush and all of the, take a chance right now for the community and the people watching to kind of brag about the village that you've kind of formed, right? That you live in right now with amongst the academics and athletics, all the supporting staff.
You have to have the right people in place to
Yeah.
do this. The key to this was hiring Chase Comp.
Yeah.
And so when we hired Chase as an athletics director, we were looking for somebody that we thought could implement football. This person had to be able to really create great relations with students and faculty in Edinburgh and Brownsville and with the community across the valley. And it was clear to me immediately that this was probably the guy who, by the way, the runner-up to Chase is now an AD at a Power 2 school. Yeah, and he's a very good AD, and he would have been terrific.
I'm glad we got Chase though.
That's right, but could he have come in here in this situation? Chase was the right person for this situation
Agreed.
at this time. I've never worked with a better AD than
He's
Chase.
fantastic.
And so that was a key thing. I trust his judgment. And he immediately built relationships with the other vice presidents. So Maggie, you had Maggie Hinojosa, Dr.
did.
Hinojosa
Yeah,
on there.
she's
He
a
built
gem.
that relationship with Dr. Arney, who was the provost at the time. And they were able to then work with students, work with faculty leaders. So we, got a lot. We had very few detractors when we put this together. Same thing in the community, work the community. So having the right people in place. And then the coach, I was pretty worried about that because we're a unique place. How do you get somebody who's going to come in here? And so I listed off, I said, yeah, it'd be great if we could get this, 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 and this. Not only did he check all the boxes, he came back. I had to find a few more boxes.
You had to create some more boxes, right?
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, but not only is Chase such a good AD, but he brought his family with him.
That's
and
true.
they
Right,
have
Val.
been part of this community.
That's
So
right.
she's happy, Mama's happy, the kids are happy, so he's happy,
Happy
right?
life, happy life,
That's
right?
right.
All
That's
three
right.
of us know that,
That's
right?
exactly right.
So
That's
I mean
exactly right.
that's really what it is. It's the whole package that makes it work. It's just not, Chase is perfect, but
is.
also with the family
That is true.
as well.
That is true.
And Coach Bush's wife too, and the
Absolutely.
boys
That's
that have
right.
all
That's
kind
right.
of, been part of the community. So that all helps. They all shop, in the same stores we shop in. We see them all the time. So
Go to the same
makes a big
grocery store,
difference.
go to,
Yeah. That's,
It's also important that that people see you out in the community, be able to say hi to you and you say hi to them, stop,
That's right.
brief conversation.
how often do you get stopped?
All the time, and I love it when I
But
go in.
all over the country.
Yeah, it is true. I was in.
We're number 7 in the country, number 1 in Texas, correct? We're ranked?
That's right, the Washington Monthly Rankings. It's interesting. We have fans all over the country. So in August, before our first game, about a week before the game, we were there for a beer meeting, and let's try and go with. I'm her +1 at beer meetings. That's wonderful. And so
If he can't make it,
there you go.
Matt will go.
They go to great places.
But our grandkids met us, whom you'll meet in a little while. They live in Michigan. They met us in Chicago, and so we took them to the Shed Aquarium.
Okay.
And in the Shed Aquarium in Chicago, big, wonderful aquarium, we went in to have lunch. And so we're sitting there. I had on UTRGV gear, and I heard across the room, "Go Vaqueros!"
wow.
The guy with V's up. I said, "Are you a UTRG graduate?" He said, "No, but I'm from Donna, Texas." He said, "I went to University of Virginia, but I follow the Vaqueros." And he said,
that
"I'm
amazing?
excited about football season."
Awesome.
Yeah, and so, but getting stopped like that all the time, every time we go into grocery stores,
Yeah.
and I love it. I love and a lot of times our students, when we had homecoming, we had the burning of the letters, of course. I went into 2 different stores that day, and 2 young people who were our students. "Are you going to the burning of the letters tonight? Are you doing this? Will you be at homecoming?"
Yeah.
That kind of
They
excitement.
want you there.
That's right.
Because you're visible.
And it's
yeah.
and being able to talk to them. And so I try never to avoid that. I try always to be in a position where I can see people see me at the grocery store doing the same things they do.
Well, full disclosure, and I haven't had the chance to tell both of you this, when you guys came to San Diego that day for that conference, and I got to hang out with you and have dinner with both of y'all and Dr. Maggie that night, it was one of the best nights that I'd had because
We had a great
I
time.
could genuinely see the passion and you vocalized that night at dinner, and it was awesome, So.
Let me ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
Did y'all ever think that this would be as big as what it is?
What?
The football and
Oh, I thought you were talking about Saddle Up.
I know you knew Saddle Up was going to
Yeah,
be great. But, I mean, did you ever come in here? Because you have to come here and really see it.
You've got to
feel
see it.
right?
Honestly, we played in the late '90s, and they'd always talking about football.
We did.
Football's
We used
on
to
the
talk
horizon.
about it
Yeah, I
all
mean,
the time
everybody,
in
yeah.
95,
Everybody did, right?
95 to 99. We were
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
man, if we had a football team,
Yeah.
it'd be
My
awesome.
parents
We
grew
got-
up in Farr, and they graduated in '68, and they were talking about a football team, then. So, yeah, I can't imagine. I couldn't imagine it being
It's amazing.
this.
It's amazing, Val.
Yeah.
Like, it's surreal to us. Like, before you all got here, we actually, and I don't know if it's legal or not, and we could
It's
get in
okay.
trouble. We got out to the field and we ran some routes. He ran some routes for me. Hopefully it's
started
not on
crying.
camera. Yeah.
You started crying.
But no, but it was great. Like, it's just awesome to be in the middle of it,
Yeah.
and it's surreal, right, to see it all around. And yeah, we couldn't have imagined what it is now.
No.
There's no way that we could have imagined it.
And that's
it's
kudos to you.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a VIP experience.
Yeah.
I mean,
is.
everything. It's not a high school stadium. It's not, something they put together. Everything they do at UTRGV is just that people are proud of.
First class.
Yeah, it's interesting. You're in the president's box here, and of course I've had the president's box at Alabama and and Texas Tech. They're both wonderful, great seats, but this is the best one. We have the same amenities in the suite that they do, but we are right on the action. If
can hear it.
That's right. If you're in Jones Stadium there in Lubbock, you're up and you can't hear. You've got great view, but here, it's like you're on the field. And I mean, it was just lowering the field and having the suites down here. I think if you look at the stadiums of the future, this is how you build them. And people in suites absolutely love it. I do too.
I think it speaks to how you run the university, where you're not that president that's in the tower, so to speak, that is looking down on everybody, but you're more a man of the people that's attainable, that's reachable, that you can talk to, that you can see in the store, have a conversation with. I think the symbolism fits because you're right there amongst.
We absolutely love it, and I love being. We had some interesting story. We had a couple of players one game, several players who really had to get to the bathroom, and so they couldn't. I mean, there's not one down there.
Yeah.
And so we just had them come up in. The players run up in your.
Yeah. I will tell you, the roof here in the bathroom is a little low. I hit my head.
It is. Yeah.
We'll talk about that off camera.
I don't think you have a 6'10" football player.
No, we don't.
We don't. He's fine.
It's been a while. Who was the tallest football player? Too Tall Jones of 6'9". Was he 6'9"?
6'9",
Yeah.
He sure was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ed Too Tall Jones. Yeah.
Doug Atkins from the 50s and early 60s was about 6'8" or 6'9". He played basketball at Tennessee. That's the name to look up, Doug Atkins.
So speaking of legends, you said, you were thinking about this in 2014, about 2024. 2034, 2036, what have you, 10 years from now.
Okay, I want to lay out a vision here. The UT system is going to continue to grow, expand. It really is putting some resources into the non-UT Austin schools. And UT Austin gets most always, of course, but that's it could be expected. But they're going to have some additional flagships like the University of California system does.
Okay.
UTSA is pretty well poised to do that as they've merged the Health Science Center and the university together. I think we'll be right behind that. And I told somebody.
We will be.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. And again, building the athletics program is a key part of this. UTSA couldn't be where they are without the football team and without the step up in athletics that they had. And we're putting together the academic and professional schools that we need to do that. We're building the research profile. We have great students here. Our rankings are good. This athletics piece has gotten us, the head of the NCAA apparently called the commissioner of the Southland. He said, I'm hearing all this stuff about what's happening in the Rio Grande Valley. He said, is that true? Is this all this really
Did they
happening?
ask about the podcast?
Yeah,
Yes, they did.
Maybe he did.
Thank
And
you.
who is that terrific podcast?
Who are those guys on there? We want to meet those guys. Who are the hosts?
Yeah, get those guys off of your brand.
Blow it
Get them
away.
away. Yeah.
They make the Kelsey brothers look
But is it-
lightweights.
Yeah.
We got that on
We got
camera,
that,
right?
yeah.
Okay, all right, that's on record.
No, but I love to hear that
Yeah.
the president of the NCAA calls
Yes.
and the
The
that's
commissioner of the
amazing.
Southland Conference, yeah. And so it's interesting. We had the Washington Post down here covering this a couple weeks ago. People are hearing about it around the country. And that's going to help us as we move to there will be additional flagships in the UT system, and we'll be one of those, and we'll be there ahead of a lot of schools because we're putting a lot of things. We're a lot of things in place, and I will have to say we have a daughter who runs all the West. She's in El Paso. Came to one of our games here, and she said, and of course she goes to a lot of UTEP games. It's night and day.
I love
Really?
We're day.
that. I love that. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
That is
It is
quite
true.
the compliment.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
the whole, and UTEP has a long history. They've had some very good players, many people in pro ball, and so. But I think we've got the right team in place, and we've done a lot of the right things.
I know we do.
Yeah.
Now, this is the last about 5 minutes of the show, so we always do the same thing to wrap up the show. We kind of got the serious questions out of the way, But one question I always ask everybody is, if you could invite to a table of 6 for dinner, right?
Can I come to this dinner,
Yeah,
by
can
the
I
way, this
come?
time?
Can we
'Cause
come?
Yeah.
So
I
it's
didn't go to the San Diego one.
Yeah.
I kind of missed out on that one.
So it's
but-
us 4, and you've got 2 more seats, and they could be alive or passed away. Who is joining us for dinner that night?
You
I don't know,
You
that's
get
your
one and
question,
one.
You
not
send
mine.
out the
Val, you get
invitations.
one.
You get one,
You get
and-
one. Dr. Bailey gets
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
person.
Oh God.
They could be celebrities. We've had Will Ferrell. We've had Michael B. Jordan.
We've had Elvis.
Elvis. Yeah. So who would be somebody that you'd want to have?
Just
at
shooting
dinner?
ideas out there.
Yeah, I know, right? Huh?
Who do you think?
I don't know. You pick them. Oh yeah,
What do
the
you
Kelsey
think?
brothers.
So they're gonna pit us against each other. That's what it,
See how you guys
it's gonna be a
do.
podcast off. Yeah.
That's not
You said
quite
Taylor
what I
Swift,
said.
didn't you?
I said Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
No. The Kelsey brothers, and then we'll see who gets what question
Yeah, she's
right.
10,000 feet above.
Oh,
She's like,
yeah, she's
I'm gonna get
way,
I'm
way
gonna get
above.
these 2 podcasters versus these 2 podcasters. And see
That
who
would
wins.
be fun.
That would be
We're
awesome.
coming after you.
We
Kelsey.
miss out on Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
She'd
But we
come
got
anyway.
Steph.
And she'd
got
come
that.
anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
She'd come just to see these 2 guys.
Oh, yeah, that's
right.
That's an
right.
amazing.
Thank you so
that's
much,
an
Val.
amazing answer. That's an amazing answer.
Well, the very last question, we ask all of our guests this, and a lot of alumni, and they have a ball with this question. But if you were creating a movie, all right, about yourself, all right, so your life, all the way up to this
Who
point,
would play you?
who's going to play you, and what's the title of that movie?
Well, we'd have to have somebody old, first of all.
Great,
Well,
good
wait,
looking.
why don't I get to pick that person?
You pick that.
Okay, Val. That's
Val,
okay.
you pick the person.
You
You
pick
pick the actor.
Robert Redford.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, who would be me?
Oh, I don't know if there's anybody that pretty in
Oh,
Hollywood.
God.
Oh, we got that on camera, Doc.
He
Well-
gets these points all the time. He
Mer-
does
Mer-
really well with that.
You know, Marilyn Monroe was kind of, I can't tell that story. But
Yeah, this is PG
it
here.
is PG. I'll tell you this story after the fight.
Sounds good.
Marilyn
Yeah.
Monroe would be a good
I think that
person to
was
play
Marilyn
me.
Monroe and
I
Robert
would've-
Redford.
Yeah, I would have actually made Robert Duvall.
Oh, I like Robert Duvall.
Yeah, yeah.
We were thinking
We were
Harrison
thinking
Ford.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford's
There
good
you go.
too.
Good one
There you
too.
go.
Well, y'all should answer the question then.
No, I thought we always come up with suggestions.
So who
in
would
case
you have play
Yeah.
her other than Marilyn Monroe?
Oh, Taylor Swift.
Oh,
Taylor
God.
Swift.
Sure.
good.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, that's good.
You're
That's
better
good.
looking than Taylor
Oh,
Swift.
yeah,
but-
right.
But I don't know if you can sing as well.
No,
You know,
neither.
I love it. And what would be the name of the movie?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm stumped. What would be the name of the movie?
The name of the movie of your life.
Well, one of my favorite sayings, don't get on the road unless you know where it's going.
But I don't think that's a
There
good
you
thing
go.
for a movie,
You
though.
don't think that's a good name for a movie?
It's your movie.
Oh, that's true. You can
It's
do
your
what you want.
movie.
I think that's
We're
a
not
great
saying
thing.
it's a blockbuster.
How about the Vaccaro Road?
It could be the Vaccaro Road. You
Vaccaro
know, my
Road,
favorite
yeah.
movie is Tender Mercies. Now, y'all guys,
We gotta
never
look
saw
that
it.
up.
It's
We gotta-
1983
Oh, you've never
movie.
seen that movie?
Never seen it.
You should watch it.
We're gonna watch it.
Lonesome Dove is a favorite too.
Okay.
man.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen that one?
No,
I've seen
never
Lonesome
have.
Dove.
Never seen
Yeah,
it.
yeah. We watch.
I mean, like, please
all the
do. I'm
time.
going to ask you later on if you've
Wait,
seen the
Val,
movie. So
Val,
you told
next
me
time,
you were going to
next
see
time,
it. So
next time I see
Two
you,
things you should
I'll watch
see.
Lonesome Dove.
and also Tender Mercies.
Yeah.
Those
That's
are good movies.
fantastic.
Tender Mercies.
Well, we can't thank you enough for the time that you've blessed us with, and I can't believe that we're here. You know, you
We've
had
had a
this
blast.
vision.
Yeah.
You had this vision a couple weeks ago when you talked to G, and this was kind of your idea, and now we're sitting here, and I can't.
It's the
thank you
most
enough
logical
for-
place for you to have a podcast.
But for you to
Absolutely.
trust us
Yeah.
to
Anytime.
tell the story and to continue to tell the story and to be affiliated with the university and the alma mater that we love, like, we can't thank you enough for allowing us to do this.
Well, we appreciate what you do, and you really get out the word, and you know, you brought a lot of great attention to us, and you know, we're grateful for what you do. I know a lot of people who watch it, and you know, Maggie tells me about it. So, did you see this?
When you go in and get the orange
That's
slices from Robin, yeah.
That's right. So anyway, it's been great. We're really proud of what you do.
Thank you.
Proud
That
of
means
you
a
for
lot.
doing it.
Well, we're very proud to be alumni Proud to be Bronx and proud to be Vaqueros.
great.
We really appreciate you. Val, thank you for joining us
Oh,
today as
absolutely.
well.
It was a
I told you in
pleasure.
San
Really
Diego I was
appreciate
going to
you.
get you on the show.
I know. I really, yeah, I know.
You guys,
Visa
So next
up.
week, guys, visa up.
ease up. Settle